This has been something I've been searching for quite a while. In fact, when I found glutathione, I was actually looking for something I could take internally that would help me to not basically have any type of tanning if I went out in the sun, or burning, or just anything at all. And so I found this supplement called Shade Factor, and I'm trying to figure out what all does it do. I'm getting kind of mixed signals on, yes, it does work, but other people are like, but you can still tan on it. And so I'm just trying to figure out, is it impossible to find something that you could take internally that could help that not to happen? Or is it just something that's always, or is it just always just a risk that people have to take? When I was looking into glutathione for the very first time in like 2019, I thought that glutathione was going to be that, you know, that sunblock, that internal SPF, and in a way it kind of is, but not exactly. Like, no one lied about it. So if you're taking glutathione and you think just because you have a ton of glutathione in your system that it's going to keep you from being able to tan if you go into the sun, you know, that's false. Though most people aren't saying that, but if you're like me and you were getting into glutathione thinking that was what was going to happen, then now you know that will never happen. You still can tan on glutathione. So this is basically just a blend, and it's supposed to be something you could use before and after UV exposure. So if we go down here, where are we? So it has niacinamide, polypodium, I don't know what that is, red orange complex, which as soon as I read that, like, I thought of like lutein or astaxanthin or something like that. And basically it's supposed to support natural immune response to UV exposure, healthy DNA before, during, and after UV exposure, and basically just keep you from burning, and also give your cells energy. We have, my husband has been using Shade Factor for 6 or 7 years. His reaction to sun exposure seems to be less than in previous years. I've also begun using the product. Is there more of this? No. Someone else says, yes, I would recommend to a friend. Another person says, my skin has improved drastically lately, and I can only attribute it to Shade Factor that I've been taking a lot lately on vacation. So they're taking 2 pills in the morning and 2 in the afternoon because of constant sun exposure. I'm considering taking 1 daily, even in winter. I'm also using coconut oil on my skin, face, and body, and the combination is amazing. Someone said, I took these when I was in St. Thomas and didn't even get a tan after being out in the brutal sun. So that was kind of more of the review I was looking for. I also went and saw some reviews on Amazon as well, which we'll get there in a second. In the summer, I take one every morning. On vacation, when I'm in the sun most of the day, I take one in the morning and one in the afternoon. A great complement to topical sunscreen. A lot of people on the Amazon reviews were like, don't just take this, you need to also use SPF. So even if you're thinking about using it, you can't just like forego the SPF altogether, because there were some people who were very unhappy on the Amazon reviews who were like, I thought I wouldn't need SPF, I still, you know, this and happened. And then, you know, the people who used this and still had SPF are the ones who like had the happier, you know, reviews. It actually worked for them. My husband and I are gardeners. We spend a lot of time outdoors. We also like outdoor activities like boating. I love that Life Extension has something for everyone. I took one in the morning about a half hour before I go outdoors. I now have peace of mind knowing I'm doing what I can to protect myself. I'm also confident I'm getting the highest quality ingredients money can buy. What a wonderful product. Thank you so much. I have not checked out the iHerb reviews, so I'm going to do that now because I've already went through some of the other ones on Amazon. So the best one was, haven't noticed changes in sunburn, but it unexpectedly helped heal skin that was raw from eczema. Used to be super visible where I was scratching, pink and scaly, but it all cleared. And then someone else said, I got tan much more easily. Okay, that's the worst case scenario. Oh gosh, this was posted February 7th. Oh my gosh. I'm starting to think that maybe there's just no, like, this is all in my head, that there actually isn't a product that could help you from tanning from the inside out. Someone says, I see this product is effective with me. I often go out on afternoon, even if at noon. Before going out, I use it. I feel my skin's still good for a long time. No pigmentation, no darken. Okay, so for this person, they're saying, I did not tan. So, okay, we have, what, 1, 2 people who've said that so far? I was looking for polypodium leucotomos. and was glad to find this. I burn easily when I'm out in the sun, so I bought this to help rectify that. I also looked into just taking the niacin by itself and just taking the polypodium thing by itself, because I wasn't obviously taking them together. You could just buy 2 separate bottles and, you know, do your own blend. It's the red orange extract in this blend of Shade Factor that was like confusing me. So it was like, okay, is this something that's going to give you a pigment, like an undertone? Obviously, if you don't want that type of undertone, you wouldn't mess with it. Someone said, noticed I didn't get a bad sunburn whenever I go out fishing or farm. I love it. Very good. Next time for 3 for sure. I don't know what that means. I drink every day because sometimes I forget sunscreen. I didn't get much sunburn after taking it. What? These reviews. I really like this product because it reduced my appetite a lot. This is a great supplement for protecting my skin from the sun as well as improving psoriasis. Would highly recommend. So it's starting to look like this is really good for people who have eczema, or this person has psoriasis, but still it's like you could maybe get it's cheaper getting just the ingredients that are in it, so the niacin and the polypodium, whatever that stuff is, so that might be better. It puts my mind at ease while living in the most skin cancer prone country. I love it. I think my skin not sensitive by sun. I recommend. It kept my skin healthy. Okay, I want to get to the ones where people are like, I still tanned. Haven't noticed changes in sunburn. Okay, wait. Is this supposed to be number 2? I've already went through these. I read about this online for ultraviolet protection, and because I want to be protected both externally and internally, I use sunscreen too, and the combination worked well together. There's a particular orange extract which adds to skin health too. Good value. Late shipping. I got tan much more easily. Oh my gosh, that's the one from up top. I've been taking it for a long time. The product does not make you immune to sun damage. If you abuse the sun, be careful. One of the advantages is that it protects your skin. I'm thinking of areas that are difficult to protect with sun cream, such as eyelids. If you sunbathe a lot, it must be combined with sunscreen. Take 1 or 2 capsules between 2 and 8 hours before sunbathing. More stuff about psoriasis. I take it every morning. It's cheaper than HelioCare. I definitely don't want to burn it, so when I don't have enough, I drink it during the day every morning, week. I can't let go. What? I work all year round when exposed to sun rays. In fall and winter, the sun is low and intense. Ultraviolet rays penetrate the glass from the west. You can't get over it without a strong sunscreen, and this supplement, I can say with confidence that it prevents oxidation from inside the body by ultraviolet rays. I take 2 morning and noon. I mean, honestly, I still think this would be good to use if you are also using sunscreen. So if you're one of those people, you're working a lot in the sun, and you have no choice, you can't stay out of it, then I still think this would be helpful to use, but also use a heavy sunscreen as well, because I mean, it seems to actually be making a difference for a lot of people. I wanted to remove moles and block UV rays as much as possible, so I was saved. I was told that it was white. I want to continue drinking. Okay, so this was machine translated from Japanese. So drinking means taking. Okay, so those other ones where I couldn't understand. Oh yeah, again, translated from Japanese, translated from Japanese. Okay, this is all making sense now. I was like, what do they mean by drinking? I mean, that makes me a little better because usually people in Asia do not want to darken at all. So I feel like they would say, you know, it doesn't work. You know, they'd say it more easily than, you know, someone else. Seems to be almost the same as the type of HelioCare that does not contain vitamin D. I honestly don't know which one is listening. The FDA and American Society of Dermatology do not have sufficient scientific evidence that sunscreens that you drink are effective, he means take, are effective in protecting against UV rays, and I'm not sure how effective they are. I use it in combination with sunscreen, and if there's any improvement in the effect, I feel lucky. I think it's expensive. I don't know. it's definitely interesting. Do I think it 100% works? I'm still not sure, even through looking through the reviews and things like that. But I will say, if I was going on, like, let's say a fishing trip where I'm on a boat and I'm going to be there for many hours, I would look into taking something like this, and obviously having a very high SPF sunscreen, so something at maybe 70 or higher. And yeah, I would make sure that I took it internally for maybe a week before the trip, before the exposure, and then also reapply once every hour. And yeah, you know, wear some type of you know, those like long sleeve shirts that have like the SPF in it. It's like for people who are surfing or who are out on boats or things like that. I would definitely do that. So it's like, I don't want to say that you shouldn't look into it at all, but majority of people, I feel like, you know, they just said that it worked, but it's hard to tell, like, do they mean it worked in that you didn't get a sunburn, or do you mean it worked in that you didn't see any change, any damage in your skin whatsoever?